Alright, in today's video, we're going to go over the Zhiyun Cinepeer Crane 4E. Now, as I recall, this Cinepeer line is the more affordable, friendly lines of gimbals that they are producing. I reviewed the Cinepeer Weibo 3E, and I thought that was a fantastic gimbal. It was small, light, and compact, and it could take a heavy load. Pause. But I want to talk about this guy right here, the Crane E4. This is significantly bigger than the 3E. Now, this is a gimbal for the bad boys. Look how freaking big it is. Look at that shit right here. Holy crap. It is holding my Nikon Z8 with the 24-70 Sigma f2.8. This is the gimbal you're going to use if you are going to use a workhorse camera. So this is a little bit more advanced users or the consumer enthusiast with some disposable income. Now this gimbal without a tripod is about 1.63 kilos or about 3.6 pounds. Whereas the smaller brother, the Weibo 3E, is only 2 pounds. So that's an extra 1.6 pounds on this bad boy right here. The design language matches that of the smaller brother as well. I like the gray and black aesthetics that you find on this gimbal. It looks pretty cool if you ask me. It looks like a stormtrooper type vibes. From what I can tell, this gimbal is, built more or less to look like the black version of the Crane 4, which is the more expensive option. However, it is missing a few features that you get in the Crane 4 if you need it, which is the built-in fill light, and it is a bit more affordable than the Crane 4. The Crane 4E does follow the same design language as the Weibo 3E. You get the touchscreen for you to navigate and adjust the settings of the gimbal. With the Bluetooth shutter control, users can capture or start/stop recording by simply pressing the record button. You also got the customizable front wheel. And with the control wheel on the front, the Crane 4E allows for precise electronic and mechanical zoom/focus control, giving you an enhanced control over every shot. The stabilizer is designed with a built-in control wheel on the side for rapid adjustments for various camera settings such as shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. So it allows you to switch parameters swiftly and effortlessly. Now this depends on the compatibility issues of your Bluetooth connection with your camera. So I highly recommend you guys checking out Zhiyun's website to see if your camera is compatible with this gimbal. It also has amazing batteries inside, and I've been using this gimbal for several days, just filming things outside, filming some content. It seems like it never dies. It doesn't want to die. According to Zhiyun, they said that this gimbal lasts for 12 hours, which is more than enough for someone like me. I don't think I'll ever go past 2-3 hours in a day of filming. There's also a vertical mount option as well, so you can switch this around to have a vertical format, so you can film your TikToks, your YouTube shorts, and your Instagram reels if you choose to. All you gotta do is just rebalance the gimbal afterwards. Now, if there was one thing that I have a problem with when it comes to this gimbal, is just balancing of a gimbal and just setting it up. Maybe it's because I'm not a filmmaker, so I don't use gimbals often as I would like. There are use cases for it, so I do keep a gimbal around just in case I need it. However, I found that when I was setting up this gimbal and balancing the gimbal onto my Nikon Z8, it was quite hard to make those micro adjustments on the axis of the handles. It's just because it was just so tight to push through, and sometimes I can overshoot it. However, once you manage to get the gimbal right, it just sets up like any other gimbals that you've used before, and it works fantastic. This gimbal does have a good payload too, and the motors have been keeping up quite well. Like I said before, I've mounted my Nikon Z8, which is a freaking chunky boy with a Sigma 24-70mm f2.8 art lens, the Mark II version, which is also a chunky boy. Everything seemed to clear. It didn't get in the way. It didn't obstruct any of the axis or anything like that. You can be the judge of these sample footage that I got for you guys filmed Zhiyun Cinepeer Crane 4E. In my opinion, I think that this gimbal looked pretty smooth and pretty steady, which is surprising because I know that I'm not the most graceful person when it comes to doing the ninja walk. I've seen my footages before, and it does have that bounce as you walk. But with this gimbal, I haven't found that to be the case. I didn't find any wobbles. This gimbal is a bit heavier. I was walking around with this gimbal in my hand with the Nikon Z8 and the 24-70 Sigma. And I definitely could feel this could be a challenge for me in longer filming situations. So this is going to vary depending on your fitness level and how strong you are. So just be mindful of that. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed these sample footage and this video of me sharing my experiences with this gimbal, the Cinepeer Crane 4E. And I'll share with you guys my final thoughts. I really like the Weibo 3E. I was very surprised by the performance mixed with the price of that gimbal. It was really, really good. It was like a really good value gimbal. This Cinepeer Crane 4E reminds me of the Weibo 3E, but it just scaled a bit bigger. It's just for the big boys. It can handle more payload. It can handle the big boy cameras with the big boy lenses. So it's made for the big boy rigs. The footage that I got were steady and I'm quite satisfied with it. And if you're interested in this gimbal, I'll leave the links down in the description below. And I want to thank Zhiyun for providing me with a sample so I can make this review possible for you guys. Consider subscribing for more photography video content like this in the future. And thanks so much.